Look, I am gonna be straight with you. I stayed 8 months in 2023 building an website blog that's Google basically ignored. Zero ranking, almost no traffic, and the worst part? I thought I was doing everything right. But here's what changed everything. And I mean everything for me and for website marketers in 2026. Google don't just update their algorithms. They completely rewrite their rulebook on what actually ranks website content now. And if you're still using 2024 strategies, you are invisible. I am Vishwasit, and today I am breaking down the exact ranking factors Google confirmed for website blogs in 2026. Factor that took my content from page 6 to page 1 under 90 days. No fluff, no guru promise, just what's actually working right now. So, a bit of context about me. I am not same 20 years marketing veteran. I am 22 running massive marketing from Bangladesh. I started this wild journey back in December 2021, watching a random McMahon online video during COVID lockdowns. I have failed more times than I have succeeded. My first big project, World Winner CPA, completely tanked. But those failures? That's exactly why I know what I am talking about today. Because when you have seen what doesn't work, repeatedly you get really good at stopping what actually does. And in 2026, the affiliate marketing game has changed dramatically. Google's latest core updates and helpful content 3.0 system have completely shifted how website blogs rank. Let me show you what's really happening, and here's what Google essentially said in their March 2026 Webmaster Guidelines update. And I am publishing, but this is critical. We are prioritizing genuine expertise and first-hand experience over SEO optimized review content. That sounds simple, right? But let me tell you why this is massive. Back when I started my mechanic apprenticeship in 2018, before digital marketing, I was literally taking airport engines. My boss told me something I will never forget. Anyone can read a manual, but until you have been head oil on your hands and diagnosed a real problem, you don't actually know anything. That's exactly what Google is dominating now from affiliate bloggers. Think about it. How many affiliates review sites have been you seen that you are basically just spreadsheets written with affiliate links? The blogger never touched the product, never used the service, they just aggregated Amazon reviews and slapped some keywords on it. Google's algorithm in 2026 can detect that, and it's killing those sites in ranking. Here's the data. According to SEMrush 2026 affiliate marketing study, affiliate blogs without demonstrable first-hand experience saw an average 67% drop in organic traffic between January 2025 and January 2026. 67%, that's not a slap on the wrist. That's an indication. Meanwhile, blogs that pivoted to experience first content, they saw an average 43% increase in the same period. Now, before you can panic and think, wait, I have to buy every single product I went to review. No, that's not what I am saying. Let me show you the workaround that's actually ranking in 2026. Google is looking for what they call experience signals, and in 2026, that's fell into 3 categories: direct, contextual, and comparative. Direct experience signals are the gold standard. That's when you have actually used the product for service, photos with EXIF data showing you took them. Videos of the product in use detail observations that only come from hands-on time. I learned this the hard way. I write a blog post about email marketing tools late 2024. I did use maybe 2 of the 5 I recommend. It ranked on page 4, then I rewrite in early 2025. Same keywords, same structure, but this time I actually signed up the free trials of all 5. Took screenshot my real dashboard, documented my actual setup process, and tell about the specific problems I ran into. That's post now ranking position 3 for a keywords with 8,200 monthly searches. The only thing that changed was provable, documented, and experience. Contextual experience signals are your next best options. This is where you might not have used product A, but you have been used another product in the category to prove genuine insight. You understand the people deeply because you have been lived it. For example, I have been never used every single SEO tool on the market, but I have been doing SEO since 2022. I have solved real marketing, real ranking problems on real websites. When I write about SEO tools, even ones I have not personally subscribed to, my contextual expertise shows through in how I explain use cases. corporate features to tools I have used, and identify which problem each tool actually solves. Google can detect this through something called topical authority patterns. Basically, if your entire blog demonstrates deep knowledge in a niche, they trust your recommendation more even on individual products you have not personally used. Competitive experience signals are a smart play for competitive posts instead of writing top 10 best product category. You write, I used those 3 products for 6 months, here's what actually happened. See the difference? You are not claimed to be an expert and everything. You are documenting your real comparison journey. Google loves this in 2026 because it matters how real humans actually make buying decisions. A study from SFs in early 2026 found that comparison and VS style affiliate content outranked traditional based off listicles by an average of 12 positions when both tag the same keyword. If the comparison content includes genuine expertise, editors have now here's what most people miss this up. They think adding a sentence like I tested this is enough. It's not. Google algorithms in 2026 is looking for specific time frames. I'll use this for 3 months. Documented challenge? Here's the problem I ran into on day 4. Original image or media upload patterns showing you are still using it. Contextual knowledge that reveals the actual use when I was building electronics from spare parts as a kit, lights from mobile phones, batteries, speakers from segregated microphones. I was not following a tutorial. I was figuring it out through trial and error. That's hands-on problem-solving approach. That's what your affiliate content needs to be demonstrate now. Quick question and be honest with yourself. How many of affiliate products on your blogs have you actually spent the real time with? Not just sign up for a free trial and poked around. Actually used it in a way that matters. If the answers makes you uncomfortable, don't worry. I am about to show you how to fix it. Alright, here's your action plan. That is what I did in Q1 2026 that's completely transformed my affiliate blog performance. Step 1. The experience audit. Go through your existing affiliate content. For each product or service you have been recommended honestly access, do I have direct, contextual or competitive experience with this? If the answer is none of the above, you have 3 options. On get the experience, free trials, money back guarantee periods, or actually purchasing if it's the key product for your niche. 2. Partner with someone who has the experience. Interview time, dominate the journey, make them a co-author. That works essentially well for expensive product. 3. Remove or deprioritize that content until you can do option 1 or 2 probably. I know that sounds harsh. In 2026, medical affiliate content is worse than no content. It tanks your entire domain's authority. I actually removed 23 blog posts from my site in January 2026. Posts where I have been recommended things I had not actually used. My traffic don't drop. It went up 31% over the next 2 months because Google started testing my remaining content more. Step 2. The documentation system that is critical. You need a system for capturing your experience as it happens. I used a simple Notion with those sections, product or service named and why I am testing its setup, data and process. With screenshot, weekly uses notes, what worked, what's frustrated me, its results on outcomes, final verdict after X time frame. That this become your raw material. When you sit down and write your affiliate post, you are not making it or up really on Vegas memory. You will be documenting the proof of your experience. Here's the real example. In this time, 2026, I tested 3 different AI writing tools for my content workflow. Every week, I lost which or I actually researched for what text I used it for and where is on field shared. When I write a comparison post, I could say specific things like, in week 3, I tried using tool A for meta description and it consistently added flop words that pushed me over the 106 characters limit. Tool B nailed the character count but the descriptions flowed robotic. Tool C was the only that balanced both. Here's the exact prompt I used. That level of specificity. That's what ranks in 2026. And you can only get it through real documentation. Step 3. The update protocol. Google's algorithm now heavily weights freshness for affiliate content, but not just data stamp freshness. They want to be see that you are still using what you can recommend. Every 90 days, I revisit my top performing affiliate post and add a update section. 90 day update, here's what changed, new screenshot if the interface updated any new feature or problems. Encounter whether I am still using it for I have been switched those two things. It signals to Google that your experience is ongoing the current, and it builds trust with readers who come back and see you are not just sit in the forget it with your recommendation. One of my posts about an SEO tool I have been using since 2024 now has 4 quarterly updates. Each update bumped up a few positions. It's now ranking number 1 for its primary keywords, beating outsides with or many domains already than mine. Step 4. The EEAT amplifications Google's EAT framework. Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness is everything in 2026. Here's how to amplify it. Add on about the author section on every affiliate post explaining why you are qualified to recommend this link to your broader experience in the niche. Include original data or case studies when possible. Show you the repeats, screenshot, invoice, result. I added a simple paragraph to my affiliate post. I am Bishwasit and I have been building affiliate sites and testing marketing tools since 2021. I have personally invested over this amount and courses, tools, and experiments, including plenty that did not work. I only recommend products I have generally used and found valuable for specific outcomes. That transparency matters. It's not blazing, it's context, and Google rewards it. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Bisho, this sounds like way more work than just writing SEO optimized reviews. You are right. It is. But here's the thing, affiliate marketing in 2026. It's not shortcut. It's a real business, and Google is finally focusing people to treat it like on. Let me get real with you for a minute. When my World Winner CPA project failed at 2024, that's the biggest lesson I learned was this: you can't fake genuine value. The market and now Google's algorithm will figure out eventually. I tried to build something people don't actually need, packaged in the way I thought was covered. It flopped because I was focused on what I thought would work instead of what actually helps people. The same thing applies to affiliate marketing. You are just trying to game the algorithm you are building on Saint. But if you are genuinely trying to help someone make a better decision about a product or service, and you are breaking that up with real expertise, that's a solid foundation. Google's 2026 updates are not punishment. They're eventually making paying forward more fair for people like us, small creators who are willing to do the real work, who actually use what they recommend, who documented their journey honestly, including the failures and frustrations. You don't need a massive team or huge budget. You just need to be genuine and thorough. So here's the takeaway: Google's rebuild in 2026. That's what actually ranks affiliate blogs now is provable. Documented first-hand experience, not keyword density, not backlinks alone. Experience. Start with your experience audit, document as you go, update regularly, and radically honest. Share what works and what does not. That's it. What's working for me right now. My affiliate content is ranking better than it ever has, and my conversion rates up because people actually trust my recommendation. If this was helpful, hit the like button. It tells YouTube shows this more people who need to be hear it. And subscribe because I'm sharing my real wins, real losses, and real stories every week. No guru promise, just what's actually working in 2026. Drop a comment and let me know what's your biggest challenge with ranking affiliate content right now. I read every single one and I will respond with specific advice. Thanks for watching. I am Bishwasit. Keep building, keep learning, and I will see you in the next on. Bye.